Okay. Friendly season isn't over yet, but of course we still have one more game no, against Singapore in Cebu. So we're hosting them naman. Pero even before that, ni-release na yung list of I think this is the longest list we've seen so far. 35-man pool no, of who will send to the Suzuki Cup. And of course, tonight we have none other than Mr. Anto Gonzalez na nandun sa listahan na ang shoe size daw is 6.5.
Just a little trivia. That's actually I'm being shouted at by our producer not to release who it is who has the same foot size.
Yun. So
carry on, yes.
Yes. So we are apart from Anto, of course. There's 35 people. 34. Sorry, oo nga naman.
It's the preliminary list.
Yes,
remember, it'll be cut down to 22 players.
For the squad list mismo. So ito ano pa lang to, but we're looking at the same names, no? Some of course competing for the first time.
Well, the two biggest surprises, I think, Chris Greatwich is back from the US training camp, but also Mark Hartman.
Mark Hartman,
who's coming back for the first time since his waste of time tweet after the ill-fated 2011 competition. So it's his first time back in the squad since then. Hopefully the motivation will there because we all know he's a very technically gifted player, fantastic player on the ball, and so hopefully we'll see a lot of determination there.
And some guys are back also, like Joshua Beloya is also back. Yes, so yun lang. So, some names are missing, like El Capitan, of course, di ba? Ali Borromeo is still not here. Yung mga ibang naghahanap dyan, we always get questions. No? Some of the Kaya boys, like Anton Del Rosario, Nate Berkey, they're still not on this list. But anyway, let's go through it, no? Oo nga eh. Hindi, but the Angeles twins, of course, Ian Araneta, Misak, Dennis Cagara, Chiefy, Jeffrey Christens, Ref Quaresma, na syempre teammate niyan to. Jason Diong, Neil Etheridge, Rob Gear, si Anto, and Chris Greatwich, as you've mentioned. Si Angel Enwani, the Gerardo brothers are also here. As you've mentioned also, Mark Hartman, Ray Yonson, Jerry Sena, Boogie Margarce, Carly Demurga, Lexton Moy, si Mueller na ating second, third goalie, no? Molders, Omfroy, Manny Ott, OJ Porteria, Patrick Reichelt, Jason Sabio, Ed Zacapanyo, si Shraki, si Matthew Uy, Dennis Wolf, and of course the Young Husband brothers. We've speculations, of course, as to who our starting 11 would be. So, boys, take it away. 22 muna, sige.
Stop. That's difficult.
Well, as you're one of the teammates, maybe your opinion on who, because a lot of people have been saying this is possibly the best squad that the Philippines has ever had. With if Schrock and Etheridge can make it particularly, and with the players who've come in, the players who have seen the Philippines develop over the last few years, football-wise, it's possibly the strongest squad ever in the Philippines.
And our new discoveries also from the past friendlies, from the Peace Cup, diba? So we're talking of the likes of Patrick Reichelt, Dennis Wolf, diba? Yung mga nagpakitang gilas noon. Yeah, but sige, what do you guys?
But you also have to take note of those players who are interested in playing but are not yet fully committed.
Right.
Because of their club commitments abroad. So I think this is like based on my personal conversations with those players. Those who are not yet totally sure would be Neil, Roland, Dennis Cagara, Paul Mulders, Shocky, and Manny Ott.
Okay, mga European-based Azkals natin.
Of course, if they can make it, those 6 players would be a real big part of the team. Without them, there's still a good lineup there. So it's going to be interesting to see obviously who'll make the 22, and then we'll see more, I guess, in the Singapore friendlies on November 15 in Cebu. That'll be a good test. For them. But Coach Anto, who do you think would be the best starting 11?
Best starting 11.
Especially because we've always said that we're marked now, diba? They're looking out for us, especially not just in our group, no, but in the event that we move up to the semis.
wouldn't this put me in the spot?
It
with
would,
my
yes.
relationships with my teammates.
As long as you didn't put yourself on your starting 11, I suppose
I
you're
noticed
okay.
you didn't, which is a shame.
No, he put himself in all the positions.
Anto goalkeeping, Anto right back. just let me play, coach. And we agree.
I guess from this lineup, like I have how many players here? It's I think 25.
There's at least 2 for every position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think any player who will play that position can contribute, can make a difference. So now we have a really deep team, unlike before during our past Suzuki Cup campaign, wherein we had a really shallow bench. This time, whoever you put in for sure will be able to contribute. So that's the luxury that Coach Weiss has right now. But
And
it's also a headache for him. It's
Yes.
also a problem when he finds out that some players would be coming in for the camp, like the European-based players. He tells us that it's gonna be a good problem, but it's gonna be a headache because it will be difficult for him to choose the players.
Everyone who comes in, you've got to take someone out. And also, while this is probably the best Philippine squad ever, they'll also be in, again, possibly the best Suzuki Cup group ever.
Yes. We haven't faced Thailand and Vietnam. Right?
Why don't you
Thailand,
mention
Vietnam,
your
Myanmar.
first 11?
Well, for myself, then. All right, okay. As soon as I've been.
So are you gonna get into trouble
And
for
then
this
we'll
one?
give our inputs.
Okay. So anyway, back to the group of there. Okay. Well, if they're available, Etheridge in goal is the obvious choice. Otherwise, Mueller would be. For myself, I'd start with Carly, Wani, Rob, and Dennis in defence. Carly, I think, has always been a strong right back.
Yes.
I'd like to see him still in the team. For me, Omfroy on the right. Reichelt's close. One of either of those two would be great. I'd put Schrock and Lex in the middle, actually. Not based on who's the best individual player, but the system. With the Philippines, always the wings, Chifi and whoever the right winger is, push up so much. You need 2 players who can sit in the hold. Sit and hold. Lex is touching, running, first time passing's great. Obviously Schrock we know about as that. Or yourself, Anto. Either of you 3
Lucena.
in there. I'd pick either of you 3 first, and then Luciano's Chifi on the left, Angel in the attacking midfield role, and Phil up front. I think Angel has still so much to offer for the Azkals. And they look so much better with him on the pitch. So that's my starting 11 anyway.
Strong team.
So even if Anto came from the bench,
half time you bring him in. But as I was saying before, put on the spot there.
So you are right. This is the group of death.
Yeah.
We are grouped with Thailand and Vietnam, the only 2 sides ranked higher than us currently, and of course the teams that we've all played against recently, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore being the ones in the other. Right?
And Myanmar themselves is the top qualifier from the group stage.
That's right.
They're not going to be a pushovers.
Yes,
I mean, recently they've beaten Cambodia 3-0, they beat Timor-Leste, Brunei. They drew with Singapore 1-1 just back in September. They drew with Thailand back in July. So they're going to really want to prove themselves as well. They want to get back into those top seeding spots.
And I think
they've got a lot to prove.
The last match that we've played against Myanmar, I think we drew them, no? It was a goalless draw, though, but in the Challenge Cup qual... 1-1.
They scored a very, very late free kick.
Right.
89th, I think, if I remember.
So, these guys, you're right, aren't pushovers.
And the Philippines, I don't think, has ever beaten Myanmar. And then you look at Thailand, for example. They've got a friendly against Malaysia on the 6th of November, which should be good. They beat Laos recently. They played against Australia and Norway, who are 2 quality teams in the world. They only lost 1-0. World Cup qualification 1-0 there. And both Thailand and Vietnam have not lost to any Southeast Asian opponents since the last Suzuki Cup.
Exactly.
It's going to be a hard group.
That's interesting to note because Vietnam and Thailand have been playing very well as of late. While on the other hand, Malaysia and Indonesia are a bit faltering. And Malaysia, I think their top striker,
Safi Sali,
will be suspended. Because of I don't know what issue is this.
By their FA.
Yeah, by their FA.
Okay.
So there's a very big chance that he might not be able to play the Suzuki.
And actually, to your point, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Thailand and Vietnam both made it to the third round, right, of the World Cup qualifiers for Asia.
Yeah, that's why they've been playing against such great opposition lately.
Australia, that's no joke.
Well, as an Englishman, we would joke about the Australians a lot.
You guys joke about pretty much anyone.
Australians, French, Germans particularly. But before we go on with that one, let's...
So anyway, so before the Suzuki Cup, again, November 15, we are hosting Singapore this time. So hopefully we get a good result again from that on home soil. And Durich is back.
And a lot of their players are back, so it'll be a big test for the Philippines.
So, and it will be the first, I think, time for the Azkals to play in Cebu. Right. So November 15, and then of course after that, just a few days after, I think on the 17th, we already face Thailand in Bangkok, right? 19, no.
It's the 20.
20 something. Okay, so at least may isang linggo. Yun.
We'll have the Cebu FA host a lunch and dinner for the Singaporean team. We'll serve them our very yummy Cebu lechon.
Nice.
And maybe something
one lechon for every player.
Wow.
So let's see how ageless Durich will be after that. I just had to say it, yes. Okay, so anyway, for updates on the Suzuki Cup lineup of the national team and the Singapore friendly in Cebu, and for schedules, of course, of our matches against Thailand, Vietnam, and Myanmar in Group A of the Suzuki Cup, do follow us at FTW Sports.